Hello, it is Vizonex, and I wanted to bring up another little project I'm working on. Um, and so basically, if you guys remember my second tutorial video, episode 2, when I talked about, writing stub files and how awful it was, and how I wanted something to be implemented. And, and I've also seen, the demand for a project like this too. I've seen it with the VS Code side of things, and I've also seen it with there's actually quite a few people that have been talking about it too. Like it's not just like one thing like with WinLoop. No, this has a lot more potential and has a lot higher demand. So as you're going to see here, this user actually tried to make a pull request with Cython actually a little bit back, like a couple years ago. And their goal was to basically, as you can see here, like these annotations, like the ones that you write in Cython. And his goal was to basically generate this following stub along with the version number of where it was generated. And this was his goal, was to basically, no matter how you write the type hinting, it should benefit you, the user. And by having something like this, like typing completeness, you are able to have access to a hover list in your program, which is absolutely fantastic, and it makes things less difficult to navigate, especially for users using different IDs. So this is something that I really was excited for, but as we're going to witness, this never actually made it into production because there were some problems with the functionality. And yeah, as you're going to see down here, the problem was actually this typo. That was the only thing that prevented this thing from getting in. And a lot of things have actually changed since then, which I'm now going to get into just that alone. But um, as we're going to see, someone asked, like, how's this going? Like, is this going to be completed? But then that developer just stopped working on it altogether. But then, as of last week, I said that I would finish what this user started and try to implement something myself and see about maybe getting that merged instead. Since, as you can see right here, I am actually a VS Code user, and I have had problems with tools like PyIMGUI and also another obscure one, which is PyDuckTape2, which is a really quick and easy JavaScript interpreter, and it's a lot faster than using JS to Py, which is something I really love and enjoy. But having the lack of a stub file for both of these makes it really hard to navigate, and it makes it really difficult to tell what's going on, and it makes it really difficult to access a hover list for VS Code users. I don't know how this affects Pylints users, but it definitely affects those using VS Code. So I said I would resume it, pick it back up where it left off, and currently I am researching all of that. And I gave an example of what I wanted to see, and I actually said or should I say, I brought up the idea of using Cython's own, pure Python type hints to help out as well, but we'll see how that goes. I have not written back, and I have not shared this video with them yet, but I might do so, or someone else might before I do. And yeah, so I created a little repository for the experimentation of this, and I wrapped it around Click, which is one of my favorite command line tools, even though I'm actually planning to write my own because Click cannot handle integers, or I might just end up making a pull request in the future that will handle those negative numbers, but we'll have to wait and see. But basically, I linked back to this thing up here. And this is SciStub is like a little mini PYI extension stub compiler for Cython users. And I made this into a little repository to anyone that's feeling eager to try this out immediately. But just know that it's in its beta stages. Like it cannot do all the modules yet, and I will be working on how to figure out how Cython actually ends up compiling all that together. But I've definitely been able to hack it to where it gets to the nodes. What I like about the nodes is that it actually reminds me of when I did llparse, and I have yet to post that Python version of that code. I just really enjoyed going through it, but basically it gave me some nostalgia from when I did that in last February. So this is really exciting. I think this is going to be a lot more exciting than Winloop, even though I really loved Winloop, but I'm having problems with creating the wheels for that library, and if anyone wants to help me out with the workflow for getting those wheels uploaded to PyPy, feel free. Me and Finbird have been trying to figure that out, and we still haven't come up with a good solution. And I've called it quits for now until someone else wants to come in and look into it. But enough of that said, I'm going to show you guys actually the source code. Actually, so I have the stub compiler and SciStub, and to make sure that I have access to all the nodes, I also have made stub files for using MyPy. So there is a couple of that are incomplete, but are being currently figured out by me / reverse engineered. But I also have this on inside of a gist on GitHub as well, to those who also want to check into this as well and go along with what I'm doing. I also have PyDuckTape here as a test run, even though I sort of actually modified. This is not how it actually looked. I just cleaned up some stuff, but it wasn't too bad. However, as you're going to find, this was what this was after, but this was so this was before, and I compiled. And I made the enum public because making it non-public would not get the red, yellow, blue flags to show up. However, and I even used PySSIT to show that it would convert any C integer into what is known as a Python long, or just a Python integer for those who haven't worked with CPython yet. But basically, it is able to translate the numbers, the number types. And I can even choose if I want to use typing or not, or I'm going to also implement the features of using Cython's pure Python modules. But yeah, that is what I'm working on. If you want to contribute, feel free. I'm inspiring you to do so, and I do not feel like taking all the credit for something this big. If I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like someone else should have done this, but here I am. I stood up and said I would do this, and that's what I've been doing. Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this exciting video. I am working currently on a new thing. I will get this uploaded very soon, but it's research on basically collecting I'm thinking about doing a double compilation where it first visits all the different types and it later translates them, just for the sake of type hinting. I actually talk about this in my notes, but type completeness. Anyways, I'm done now. I think I've said enough. I'm actually tired of talking now. But be sure to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!